Now, another problem though, this is called a leg bar, right? Now, the problem with it is, can he grab his feet while he's got his feet? Yeah. See, the feet, it's called a leg bar. And leg split, right. One, like I said, that might affect me now. I'm no longer able to do the splits quite the same. But again, right, like Bill Wallace, he'll tell you to stretch at least 5 to 6 days a week, right? And do certain stretches with the partner at least 2 to 3 times a week, right? That's how you gotta kind of start out, right? Now, you don't start out again, right, without bearing in mind your current stretching level, right? Either way. Now, can he grab his foot there though too and remove it from his leg? Yeah. See, 2 hands are free, right? Right. It's again a neglect to think if you grab my foot, I can't grab your foot. If you understand what I mean, right? You apply the leg split by getting close and push it and be sure and put the pressure up. Right. Now, I have seen a technique like similar where you have him on the back or something like that in the Jujitsu tape, other tape I got, right? And it looks to be a more effective technique, right? Or you put your foot on his chin, though, like I'm saying. Now move back on the toes. He tries to get up. But see. He can grab the foot. There you grab the foot. Maybe with both hands and twist his foot. Right. And he's playing the uke. You might as well call the uke the victim, right? I mean, seriously, right? The Tory is, kind of the passive aggressor, right? Little passive aggressive, right? I know. Right. See, that's not the problem. The problem is the hands. His hands can grab his foot. See, that's called letting the sensei show you something, but does that look anything right now? No, I mean, I don't mean to say Professor Wally J wasn't taught this by his instructor, and that's why he's doing it too, or he thinks it a good technique at the time, right? But what he's got to remember is in a real fight, you grab my foot, I grab yours. That's another thing too, right? But, right. But you also learn to defend with your hands, right? And see, he's told, do whatever he tells you to do, right? Not resist. Well, when you don't resist, you're not really fighting someone. They're your puppet, right? When someone's your puppet, right, and doing what you're telling them to do, he's not a real attacker then either, right? A real attacker is going to look for a way of escape, right? And try to fight you, right? It's why even with Aikido, right, when fighting someone who's not trained and really trying to resist you, right? You can't really throw them properly either, right? Maybe a little bit, right? But some of the techniques don't work if the person is resisting you, right? Now, if I start a martial arts and I say, well, don't resist me, I'm already passive aggressive, right? Meaning I'm trying to make you passive towards me, right? Whereas, where I can become aggressive with you, right? That's not really how you're supposed to practice martial arts, right? Martial arts is a form of self defense as well. Now, what you do in a self defense situation also ain't the same as you can do in a tournament or even in MMA or the octagon or whatever you want to call it, right? Now, in the movie Bloodsport with John Claude Van Damme, right? He did the dim mock on one of the dudes, the bigger dudes, right? Mm-hmm. And hit him in the belly. Mm-hmm. Real hard, real hard. Now, the thing is, bigger dudes could be into martial arts as well. Mm-hmm. Don't think, because I'm a bigger dude now, right, that I was always a bigger dude, right? Another thing is, the Buddha went from, thin to big and fat himself, right? Men cause other men to suffer when they won't give them a wage or a decent wage, right? Same with women, right? We both have a right, right, to be paid a good wage from our governments, plural, right? All of them, and to make a living honestly, right? But it's like the song, 15 tons. And what do you get? Another day older and a deeper in debt. Right? Now, another thing the Christians ain't understanding is sexual immorality. What is it? If three men had some kind of encounter with a harlot, right? Judah, Samson, and Hosea, and Caleb married, what was her name? Oh, no. The harlot of Jericho, right? But anyway, she was the harlot of Jericho, right? I don't know if business will slow at the time or whatever. I don't know. But she was a harlot too. So 4 men in the Old Testament married a harlot, right? Or had sex with a harlot, right? Or a woman they perceived as one, right? Judah did it first, right? Then Caleb, then Samson, and then Hosea, right? Who flat out married Gomer and had 3 children with her. Of questionable parentage, right? Now, the thing is, we're not all Hosea, though, either, right? You know what I mean, right? We're not all Caleb, we're not all Samson, and we're not all Judah either, right? But she had to trick her father-in-law to impregnate her, right? She knew he would be self-righteously mad with her, so got a boon from him to prove who fathered the child, right? Yeah. Because he wanted to accuse her of playing the harlot, and she did. Because he didn't want to give her his youngest son to raise up seed to her because of the previous 2 brothers who died, right? The eldest and the second eldest, right? And even the scribes and Pharisees posed a crazy question to Jesus about a woman having 7 brothers to wife. The first one married her, and the other 7 were raising up seed to her. Well, the other 6 don't do the ceremony, they just have sex with her, right? There's no ceremony, right? They're having her to wife according to them as well. Now, Jesus said you're saved by, or Paul said through the Holy Ghost, you're saved by grace through faith, not of works, these any mention. But even in raising up a seed, it's not considered adultery then, right? Or fornication to have sex with your brother's wife. As long as he's what? Dead. Dead. Paul mentioned that too. As long as the husband is alive, the wife is bound to him. But when he's dead, right? She's no longer bound to him, right? She's a widow then, right? Either the brothers are to try to raise up seed, or if he has none, then she can marry who she wants. Because guess what? The law of Moses no longer applies, right? Now, for example, Judah had brothers too. I don't know. And she might get us up before them. Legally, I guess, right? Because with the daughters of a certain man in Numbers, right? One of them was named Noah, I think, right? He only had daughters, no sons, right? And Moses had to deal with that. And he even allowed them to marry near kinsmen, or at least cousins, right? Of their brother's family, right? In other words, the dad only had 3 daughters, right? I think, right? And then he had other relatives who had sons and daughters, I guess, right? And to keep the inheritance in the family, when the year Jubilee came around, they had to marry into the family, right? From that tribe, right? That could mean you're marrying into even a cousin relationship, maybe, right? But it's not always done, right? For instance, my Uncle Ronnie had only 2 daughters, and if there was an inheritance involved, I can marry Jennifer as the oldest, and if something happens between me and Jennifer, then Dana, right? But it would be Jennifer first, and, Dana second. But that's if something happened to Jennifer, but she's all right as far as that. But it's just a hypothetical, too, like I said, right? Again, read the whole Bible.